So how do we allow ourselves to truly rest? Especially when we may find ourselves in a society where we've actually been conditioned to override and not listen to the body, and to be driven by values of productivity and making money and accomplishing on the external. So all these factors can contribute to a kind of fatigue and even exhaustion from not actually allowing the body to drop into a state of relaxation and regeneration and integration that is needed to maintain an equilibrium and balance. So how do we shift our orientation to listening to the pace of the body and actually valuing a deep caring and restfulness, and allowing those times of integration in between our activities so that we can maintain our ground and maintain our center, so that we're moving with integrity, that we're moving from that balance point of inner listening. Recently, I had an experience of there being so many things that I'm inspired to do, as well as having travel and a lot of things compressed into a short period of time that I felt good about doing, and yet I continued to be stretching and stretching and stretching my body's capacity. And then I reached a point when it was so clear that I needed to stop. And so I came and spent a couple nights sleeping in the forest and allowing myself to release all the agendas of the mind and really slow down into a quality of being where my body can revive. And being in nature is one of the most potent ways for me to do that, to resource by coming into communion with the earth, being with the trees and the plants and the water, and recalibrating. Finding that inner balance so that I can bring that back into all the things that I'm inspired to be doing. There's other aspects in our current world context that can be overwhelming for our body systems, or at the least stressful on some level. There's a continual inundation from media, from the electromagnetic fields that our bodies are in on a fairly consistent basis, as well as the mental emotional fields of the other human beings we're around. So all of these inputs can be a lot for our system to be with, digest, integrate. And many times, because it's maybe more than we can digest, there can be a falling into patterns of zoning out, tuning out, numbing out, which is understandable because actually fully being with the information that is coming in at times takes a slower pace than what we've become familiar with in terms of the speed of our current social context. And so I'm finding it incredibly essential to find my own pace that feels balanced and in harmony. And when I veer from that, really making it a priority to slow down and listen. If I don't, I find that my perception gets confused, gets clouded, and then I may start making choices that are out of alignment. So with my commitment to moving from that inner center and the deep listening in the heart, it's imperative for me to slow down and listen to the body and rest deeply. So I invite you to explore for yourself, what is your pace of balance and what facilitates you to be in a continual inner listening to the wisdom in the body. In order to maintain your own inner balance.